If North Central Ohio is going to thrive in the 21st century economy, it's going to need more education. We have less higher education in this area than most parts of the state, which in turn has less than most parts of the country. So higher education is extremely important for the economic development of this area.
The contributions of OSU Mansfield are more critical to our community than ever before. Only 14% of adults in Richland County have completed a bachelor's degree, significantly lower than the state average of 24%. Education is key to stimulating economic development and allowing future generations to experience the same prosperity that many in our region experienced at the height of Mansfield's manufacturing boom. OSU Mansfield is poised to address this region's needs by providing accessible, affordable college learning with the same caliber of instruction and student life as found on Ohio State's Columbus campus.
Mansfield's kind of like a hidden gem. You have to go out there to experience what really goes on a day-to-day basis during the college year. It's a phenomenal experience, the excitement of all those students trying to get a better education.
Community dreams became a reality in the mid-1960s when the Ohio State Mansfield campus opened its doors to 1,200 ardent students. An important community asset had been created from the hard work and enthusiasm of area citizens.
The community wanted Ohio State to come to Mansfield in some form or another. And when Ave Hand and I agreed to go out after the fundraising, primarily to buy the land, we ended up, surprisingly enough, with about 75% more than we anticipated we were going to get. So as a result of that, even to this day, there are scholarship funds that are used from that leftover money.
The campus has come a long way, in part because of the earlier campaign. Since then, we have initiated majors which can be obtained in a number of areas here. Prior to that, there was only one area, elementary education.
And students now have to understand they can get a quality education right here in Mansfield, where you could move towards 170 majors if that's what you choose to do.
Students can take advantage of a Big Ten quality education in a small college setting right here in Northern Ohio. Our capital campaign will help to improve access and opportunity for students and further enhance facilities and programs important to the success of the region.
When you think of entrepreneurship and education and the future of this community, if we don't educate the people, we're not going to attract the business. We've got to do both. You got to attract the business, but you got to have the individuals who are educated enough technologically and whatever in order to fill those jobs. And there we are. There's the opportunity.
Whether it's an education for the underprivileged, for the high school student that's just graduated, to high school students that are getting college course credits before they graduate high school, for non-traditional mother of children or father that wants to improve himself, or just an older person that has a desire to learn. And we have basically very qualified people living in our community, serving our community, and giving a lot back to this city of Mansfield and North Central Ohio.
Students get an opportunity out there to improve on their present job and position with the additional education, or maybe get an opportunity to get promoted within their own job.
Some of our students come from families who've never had children or members of that family, so-called first-generation students, go to Ohio State, or several of them may have been out of high school for several years and they're just now realizing the importance of an education to their lifetime earning opportunities.
You get a world-class education with internationally recognized faculty at a fraction of the cost of going to the main campus. And so I think that's a significant benefit, considering that we have all the resources of the main campus here at the regional campus, but the cost is significantly less.
Ohio State Mansfield is probably the most affordable college in our area, and many of the students have always stated the reason they don't go to school is because they can't afford it. We offer a great number of scholarships, and certainly the campaign is going to hopefully afford us an opportunity to offer even more.
The perception is that Ohio State's supported by the state government 100%, which is totally incorrect. It's my understanding about 25% of their operating dollars come from the state of Ohio. The rest comes from tuition and private donations from the public. And this is what we're trying to do, is to obtain the money from the public to be able to achieve our goals.
This campaign is going to focus on some capital improvements. We need building improvements. One of them is student technology in Bromfield Hall.
Bromfield Hall on the Ohio State Mansfield campus has been used since the 1970s. Lots of things have changed since then in the last 40 years as far as how students learn, how students do research, and the kinds of support that our faculty needs. Staff and faculty spent considerable time studying what needed to be done to turn Bromfield into the 21st century, the Bromfield Information Commons. When completed, it will be on par with some of the very best institutions and colleges in our country.
Part of the campaign, I know, is for capital improvements, but another part is new programs that are being started by our new dean, and he is very interested in families and getting families to support children to get more education.
The third initiative of this campaign we call Fellowships in Community Businesses. We seek $500,000 to support this initiative. Most of the money will be invested in a permanent endowment to ensure that the program can continue into the future. The student will get a real work experience, something that can help inform his or her future career plans. Of course, the student will also get wages, which can help support his or her education. The program will benefit students, will benefit businesses, and will benefit the long-term economic growth of Richland County.
It's just not possible for a university campus like the Mansfield campus to be able to set aside enough resources from its operating funds to be able to support ongoing improvements to those kinds of facilities, those kinds of learning enhancements.
These kind of capital campaigns to do the bricks and mortar projects have always been funded with private capital. And it could be a small donor, it could be a large donor, it could be a foundation, it could be an endowment that's established through a will.
It will be important not only for us today, but our children in the years to come to support an institution that means so much to all of us.
I think it's our obligation to provide facilities and the necessary teaching for college education, and we can do it here in our own community.
But for Ohio State Mansfield, many would be unable to complete their dream of a college education. Working together, we can build a stronger future for generations to come.